morning, guys. Got to zip the vest up. It is a cold one. We are definitely making that transition from fall into winter. The high this week is supposed to be just above freezing, which means it's going to be very cold at night as well, down into the teens all week long. However, no precipitation. So I'm hoping to get my roof project done. The metal's been ordered, but it is not delivered yet. What does it mean for you guys? Well, it means more yellow tops, more organizing of the shop, more inside projects getting done, and I'm getting caught up with videos that I promised you guys. If you remember this time last year, we were tearing apart the top of the 7.3 powerstroke motor that's in the adventure bus. It started with a fuel leak, so of course went out to Riffraff, as the title says, and got a pair of their great flexible, fuel lines. All right, now hopefully the solution to my fuel line issues, looked at Riffraff Diesel. They make a lot of made in the USA products. I believe they're out of Oregon. They had a product which is this beautiful custom line here for the Powerstrokes that does have this beautiful sort of ANS threaded piece. So I will get that threaded in with the O-ring into the block, and then it even came with little Gasola soft, basically pipe thread, so we can get a good seal on those, and then get those hooked up to the fuel bowl, and that should outlast a lot of products out there that I saw when I was shopping for replacement lines. Not much to say about those. They've been working great. However, while you're in there, part after part after part gets ordered because you realize I'm not putting that dirty old thing back in there. Riffraff is one of those companies that, bless their hearts, it's extremely difficult to find a company that is willing to put in money in research and development to improve durability and improve the performance of an old motor like the 7.3 Powerstroke that's been way overrated for many years. But to keep these guys on the road, this is a made in the USA product and a company, and man, they have some terrific stuff. It's hard not to just go in and order all of it. I was trying to keep the cost down of originally putting a little bit of love into the 7.3. However, like I said, the fuel lines, that was a pretty quick fix. Been really happy with those. They were flexible. They kind of got out of the way. I shouldn't ever have the same issue with that hard line getting cut, like a quick shot that I'll show here. And then while I was taking the spider out, so if you guys know, the 7.3 Powerstroke that's on a van, an E350, doesn't have a intercooler system. So the spider and gear work a little bit different. So off your plenum, off the top of the motor, are these stamped little receivers. And honestly now, Riffraff makes this beautiful billet CNC'd replacement for that. However, at the time, I knew that I needed boots. Let's take a look at what we did. All right, now another thing, this is your sort of plenum Y spider. This will go from the plenum on the top of your motor with the boots up to connect to the turbo, and this thing again was filthy. How filthy, you ask? I'll put in a shot here, but here's a picture of one of the boots that I just pulled off the bottom. Seemed to be in good shape, but decent quality. I mean, I'm not going to say anything's bad. It's just smaller, standard screw style clamps. Anytime you're building any sort of pressure or boost, you've got to worry about, having good quality clamps. So, another Riffraff product that I looked into was these beautiful boots that they make. And then another upgrade I decided to do, it's a nylon locking thread with these beautiful T-clamps, nice wide band. Compare that to the stock clamp, there's no comparison really. So you get good quality clamps on here on the boot, and you really shouldn't have any sort of boost leak or anything out of there for a very long time. The other thing I went with was another Riffraff product, again made in the USA. I'll try to show these going in, but really beautiful product, and these are a reinforcement for your plenum. They do make entire replacement plenums. However, I didn't really think originally when I got into this project that I would be getting this far into it anyway, and I probably should have. However, we're going to get these tapped up into the plenums. That way we've got a good solid surface to clamp these massive clamps so that I don't have any worries of bending or clamping down the plenum that are on the motor. Alright, so I'll take you along while we get these tapped in, get these sort of re-put together. And again, so far, for what I've seen, Riffraff has got very high quality items. mostly for all sorts of diesels, but I'm happy about their lineup with the powerstroke because everything I've looked at so far and ordered and got, I've been very impressed with. All right, guys, gonna do my best to kind of show you very cramped quarters here. This piece here is the plenum, and the plenum runs kind of the length of the block just next to the valve cover. It is metal, however, from what I've heard, if you try clamping down on the boot, you know, you can get some deformation. So I thought with the beautiful product that Riffraff makes, I will get that ordered, and we'll get these reinforced to get the new boots on to go to the spider that'll connect to the turbo. All right, so you can kind of see what we're dealing with here. These little rings we're gonna get just tapped in to reinforce this piece and get some clean boots on before we get too much grease and oil down into the motor. Beautiful. Honestly, replacing the boots is a no-brainer. The products and the materials they use are going to hold up for many years to come. The clamps, as you saw, hands down, a much better quality product. The problem is you get a better clamp, you need to put the clamping force down on something. That cast spider is going to hold up. However, that thin stamped top of the plenum is going to need a little love. So if you're not going to replace the entire thing with what they offer now, I'll try to find some links, put them down below. Then you can go for those inserts. The best way I found was just to take that 2x4 and put it flat on top and just softly mallet press that in. Otherwise you're going to be chasing that ring around the top of the plenum, and it's a beautiful product made in the USA. You can't go wrong with that, and I've had zero issues with any sort of boost leak or anything since then. They've held up extremely well. I'm really not worried about anything going down the road. If you're looking at upgrading, or you're going to be in there doing pedestal exchanges, turbo changes, you're going to do anything else with your pickup or your van, I would look at Riffraff. Like I said, it's kind of a no-brainer. Pick up the bands. Those bands are tremendous. They're going to be able to get a good clamping force on there, and then when you start playing with the boost, you start cranking things up, you're not going to be worried about getting a boost leak coming through those faulty boots or the faulty clamps. There's no reason to go with the crappy old just worm drive clamps. Very happy with that. So quick little video, guys, let you know that I've been ecstatic with them. Riffraff has honestly been a pretty good company. I only had one issue, and that was with their IPR. That was a Motorcraft issue, and they gave me a credit. That was part of the reason we had some no-start issues after all of this went together, if you guys remember. I'll put some video cards up here if you guys want to check the journey. If you're just finding this video for Riffraff boots, it's not really a how-to, but for a van, it's definitely a little different working on it than a pickup. And yeah, I would reach out to Riffraff any day of the week for my powerstroke. And I hope they continue to innovate and to push that envelope with high-quality products to keep these things going on the road for many a miles. We're almost at 500,000, and I'm sure we're going to go many more. Thanks for watching, guys. Wandering Beast. We'll see you down the road.
Thanks for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the adventure on social media, and we'll see you on the road.